Today, I'm going to teach you how to find the molar mass of barium bromate. And to do that, I'm going to use the help of this little table. Let's take a look. Bam! So the first thing is I'm going to write the elements that I see inside the compound. So I have barium, I have bromine, and I have oxygen. Next is I'm going to write down the number of atoms of each, right? So at the bottom of barium, there is an invisible 1, so that means that there's 1 barium in barium bromate. Then the bromine, right? So this is bromate. So inside of every single bromate, there is 1 bromine here, but you have 2 bromates. So meaning in total, you would have 2 bromines. The way to look at that is you simply take the outside subscript and multiply it by the inside subscript of that particular element to find the total amount of atoms of that element. So it's simply going to be a 2 here for bromine, and we can follow that same logic, and it would be 6 then for oxygen. Then we're going to take those values of those atoms, and we're going to multiply by the mass of each particular element. That's where the periodic table comes into play. So let's take a look. So barium's mass down here is 137.33, bromine is 79.90, and oxygen is about 16. Now, those masses will be in terms of either grams per mole if you're finding molar mass, or AMU if you're finding molecular mass, and it turns out that that's nice and easy, straightforward, right? So let's go plug in the values. So the mass of barium, as we mentioned, was 137.33. The mass of bromine then was 79.90, and the mass of oxygen was 16. Now what we're simply going to do is take those masses and multiply by the number of atoms to then find the total mass of that particular element in the compound. So the total mass of bromine in that compound, barium, is going to be 2 minutes, right? The B's, they get confusing after a while. B, 137.33. Then for bromine, we're simply going to take 79.9 and multiply by 2 because we have 2 bromines. Right, so that works out to be a total of about 159.80. And then 6 oxygens, each oxygen is 16, so simply multiply that across. That's going to be about 96 for oxygen. Then to find the total of everything, the total mass of the whole compound, just simply add this column up. Add these all together, and the total mass now of barium bromate is going to be 393.13. Since we're finding molar mass, the units here are in grams per mole. Guys, thanks so very much for tuning in. I appreciate it. Hopefully this helps. Now you know how to find the molar mass of barium bromate. Take care.